today in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the HyperX Arena located at the MGM Resorts Luxor Hotel, the center of esports entertainment. It gives me great honor to bring you my friend and colleague, Tim Desert Storm Bradley. Tim's heart, immeasurable toughness, and grit won him world titles in 2 different weight classes. His epic 2013 war with Ruslan Provodnikov was not only the fight of the year, but also gave us the 2013 round of the year. And who could forget that stunning upset over Manny Pacquiao? Now at ESPN, he inspires with his sharp wit and insights that are thought-provoking. A Hall of Famer who did not know how to back down and still doesn't back down to this day. Let's celebrate the legend, Tim Desert Storm Bradley.
My pleasure.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Get your seatbelts on, folks. This should be a good one.
We're off to a fast pace.
Brady just flat out boxing him right now. What an ending!
There it is, a knockdown.
There he goes.
This fight
really
is over.
should be.
Yeah, let's do this.
They're going to war. Tremendous fight. He's given it everything he has. He's worked his whole life for this moment. To fight the best fighter in the world.
And new champion of the world! How about that?
I mean, he's fighting brilliantly tonight. And that's going to be it. It's all over.
Bradley's digging now. Those are hard punches.
Timothy Bradley!
Tim, that image to me is so emblematic of your career.
Damn.
11 years and 8 months, 37 fights, ended up being a Hall of Fame career, but to me it was like, what do I have to do to get some respect up in here?
And I got anxiety watching that. Boy. Look, man. To me, fighters are born, man. I was born to be a fighter. My feet, I got size 12s for feet, Dumbo feet, right?
Like,
big old McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Ronald McDonald feet, you know? Big hands, you know? I'm short, compact, strong. Look at my nose, flat nose. Bruh, like, I was born to fight, man, to be a fighter, but...
Look, a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
A great broadcaster now.
Thank you.
Let's go back to when you signed with Top Rank in 2011 and the fight against Joel El Cepillo Casamayor.
And now, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Junior Welterweight Championship of the World.
This Casamayor is a slick guy. He knows every trick in the book. Oh, Tim is going to have to be on guard for this fella. He's making Casamayor look like a 40-year-old here in this round.
There it is, a knockdown.
They caught him on the inside.
Can Tim Bradley close the show?
Look at this body attack.
Pummeling him with body shots. Another vicious body shot right to the belly. Punishes and breaks the body again. Uppercut on the inside, snaps the head back again. And he goes.
I think this fight is
Really
over.
should be.
Yeah. Miguel Diaz is waving it off.
The winner, Timothy Desert Storm Bradley.
We look at this fight as the beginning of your run on Top Rank. But you had already accomplished so much by the time you got here. This was the 7th defense of a 140-pound title. You had unified twice already. But what did this fight mean to your career in particular?
Well, it was a jump off. You know, I had just signed with Top Rank, but I felt like this was a gimme fight, to be honest with you. No disrespect to the warrior and legend in Casamayor, but he was a little bit older, you know,
39.
a little long in the tooth. I knew that going in.
But look, Casamayor was a slick fighter. He was tough to hit, but not on that particular night. Like, did you come out with a different mentality knowing that you had just signed on and what it would mean to your career to look impressive against a tough fighter like Casamayor?
Yeah, that was it. I mean, it was framed up because in the main event, you had Marquez versus Pacquiao, and, you know, I was going to face the winner. You know, of course, they thought, you know, Pacquiao was going to win the fight. He ended up winning that fight, but yeah. I mean, going into that fight, I wanted to look good. You know, it was a perfect opportunity again to let the world see who I am so that way we can sell that Manny Pacquiao fight.
Well, let's get into that Manny Pacquiao fight because that's a fight that changed your life in so many ways, for the better and also for the worse. But let's take a look at the fight that took place June 9 in 2012. Timothy Desert Storm Bradley against Manny Pacquiao, a fight billed the perfect storm.
12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World.
Mr. Pacquiao, Mr. Bradley, let's do this.
We're up to a fast pace. Already we've seen a quick pace here, and Bradley having some effectiveness. Oh, good shot. Good counter right by Bradley. He is really making his mark. Wow, my heart rate is elevated. We've got a firefight in the third round. Good body shot there by Bradley. Pacquiao starts to get riled up. Pacquiao lands in the left hand. Lands in the left hand, and Bradley wobbles a little bit. And Bradley could be hurt. Another body shot by Pacquiao. Can Bradley hold on? They're going to war. Tremendous fight. Final round, and it's been terrific. He's given it everything he has. He's worked his whole life for this moment, to fight the best fighter in the world. Both sides have every right, I believe, to claim victory.
To the winner by split decision, and new WBO Welterweight Champion of the World,
He did it. He absolutely did it.
You did what many thought was not possible, defeating Manny Pacquiao, who hadn't lost in something like 7 years at that point. But let's get into what happened inside that ring, because you left that night in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So what did you have to go through to come away with that victory physically against Manny Pacquiao?
Well, after the first round, I went back to the corner. I told Joel, I said, my foot bothered me. Like, it's hurt. You know, I don't know what happened. And he said, well, you got two options. You can quit or you can continue to fight, Tim. And I'm like, of course I'm gonna continue to fight. And you saw in the fourth round where I got hit with a shot, I stepped back, I kind of reverse stepped, and I twist my ankle. And so basically I was on skates, you know, the whole night. Look, this is gladiator sport, man. You know, this is what I signed up for. And we don't lay down, it don't matter. You know, we have to endure whatever we need to endure. That's what champions are made of. And so I decided to stay in the fight and fight hard and fight my fight. But man, that was tough to deal with.
A lot of people don't know, but before that fight, you were so confident in yourself that you had rematch posters printed out.
Yeah.
For the Pacquiao-Bradley rematch.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, a lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of people actually picked me to win the fight. A lot of boxing pundits, they actually picked me to win the fight. You know, I know that the masses, the consensus was he was gonna beat me, but there was a lot of guys that picked me to win. Max Kellerman picked me, you know, Emmanuel Stewart picked me, and these are, you know, serious boxing analysts, you know, and trainers, guys that are respecting the game. So it wasn't a foregone conclusion that Pacquiao was gonna win the fight. And I felt confident enough because I was younger. I felt I was stronger. I had fought great competition as well with the lead up. I felt like I never had an easy path. So I'm like, this is my time. This is my time. I'm gonna beat him. And that's what those posters were made for. To let everybody know, guess what? It's gonna be a 2.
The highlight reel is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. The highlight reel is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea.
Your name is inextricably linked in boxing lore for a 2013 Fight of the Year against Ruslan Provodnikov.
No, we're set to go. Timothy Bradley puts his title on the line against Ruslan Provodnikov. Bradley totally outboxing him here in the first 2 minutes of round number 1.
Oh, he took a right hand.
Oh, you got to get with another right hand. That called it a slip, but his left hand right. Can Tim recover from that? He gets nailed with another left hand. Here he goes as he falls into the ropes.
If he can recover completely, get his senses all back, get his legs under him, this could be another, he could turn this around.
Bradley's legs are totally back forward. This is Tim's game now.
Body shot for his shot. There you go.
Nice shot here.
Yes.
Bradley just flat out boxing him right now.
Oh, they're just punching it out.
Look at this guy. And Bradley says, come on, let it go. Great round. Well, here we go. The 12th and final round. And the fight won't be close enough unless Provodnikov can knock him down here in the 12th round. Oh, he gets clipped and almost fell back into the ropes. Tim is hurt. Finally, he goes down. And we're going to run out of time. The fight's just about over. What an ending.
And still, WBO.
Bradley started this fight and finished it just about the same way.
It was amazing.
I have to be on the edge of my seat for that fight because, look, Tim, there's other great fights you've had, but this is the fight that people identify you with. What the hell were you made of that night?
When I went out there in the first round, I started boxing a little bit. I felt his power. I was like, he don't hit that hard. I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna bang with him. You know, I'm gonna dish it, I'm gonna take it. And he caught me in that first round, bro. Shh. Do something different. I ain't never been hit that hard in my life, man. And I remember afterwards, or after that first round, I knew I was concussed. I knew something wasn't right because my balance was off through the entire fight after that.
You guys were hurting each other time after time after time. What was it like to see that dude who not only hurt you, but then you knew you hit him with a perfect shot? And then it's like the Terminator, Tim. He just keeps coming at you and coming back at you.
Man, that dude, when I was hitting him, he was laughing at me, bro. You talk about discouragement. I'm like, okay, well, you gonna keep taking these, because he laughed at me. But every time he hit me, he just, like, my whole world went upside down, man. It was unreal, the amount of punching power he had. And I knew things could get out of hand. However, I didn't give a damn. I was willing that night to do whatever it takes to get that victory, one. But I was willing to die. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm serious.
You know that Ruslan Provodnikov quote saying that it was not a human in that ring against me that night. Tim Bradley was an animal.
He hit me with everything. He hit me with his best shots, and I didn't go anywhere. I was possessed that night, man. I was possessed, man. God was looking over me. There's no doubt about it.
That happened in March. And then in October, you take on Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yeah.
Both coming off of wins against the legendary Manny Pacquiao.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The main event of the evening.
It'll be interesting to see who's the aggressor in this fight.
Bradley, as soon as he had hit, he didn't take a step back, he took a step in. I think he's fighting a perfect fight. Look at this. Pop the jab, pop the jab. This one getting more interesting by the round. Now Marquez opens up. They trade chins. Wow! At the end, he's taunted him. He's taunted him. And he's got this guy figured out tonight. Here he comes. He nails him. Marquez, I thought he was off balance and maybe would go down.
All right, this is it. The 12th round.
This is what we came for. Marquez on the assault. All right, here they go. It clashed him, and he almost dropped it. How about that? He almost stopped it.
Will that punch win him the round?
I give it to him.
And the fight.
The winner, Desert Storm Bradley.
Marquez was the #3 ranked pound-for-pound fighter behind only Floyd Mayweather and Andre Ward. To me, this was a technical chess match, but with two guys who knew that they could change the fight with one punch. What was it like stepping into the ring that night?
I was scared as hell. Scared. Because of what happened in the Ruslan fight. I wasn't sure if I could take a shot or not. That does something to your psyche. That's a real thing. You know, your last fight can definitely affect you, depending on what happens, especially if you got knocked out. I didn't get knocked out, however, I received a ton of damage. However, when I got in the fight, it was easy, Bernardo. I don't know. I think I was in my flow. Flow state for a fighter is like every move you make is the right one. Every decision you make is the right one. That night, I boxed. I showed everybody that I could box. Not just slug, but I can box. I've always had that in me. I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't the biggest puncher. I wasn't the most skilled. But I knew how to win. I knew my judges. I knew what they liked. You know, I just played the system the right way.
The highlight reel is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. The highlight reel is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea.
So you defeat Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yeah.
And then things change. You beat Jesse Vargas. You have that draw against Diego Chavez. And then you lose the rematch to Manny Pacquiao. So your record's blemished for the first time. But then there's an opportunity against Brandon Bam Bam Rios to go to war again.
Get your seatbelts on, folks. This should be a good one. Timothy Bradley and Brandon Rios. I promise you action in this fight. Let's see who takes command in the early going here. Bradley that opens up fast. He felt that power shot with the right hand. Tim is executing the game plan perfectly. I mean, and he's fighting brilliantly tonight. Oh, there it was, a body shot.
It's only the second time that he's ever been dropped.
Bradley's all over him, and that's going to be it. It's all over. Timothy Bradley stops Brandon Rios in the 9th round to retain the WBO welterweight championship of the world.
That night, you took a page out of the Mexican boxing book.
Come on, man.
And you just worked them to the body. But Tim, you weren't just facing any guy. You broke down a big warrior.
Yeah. Even though I felt like Brandon Rios, he ain't fought in a while, inactivity, he was strong. He can punch. He was resilient. He can take it and he can dish it. Dangerous fight, man. Very dangerous fight. But that was the first fight that I had with my new trainer,
Teddy Atlas.
Teddy Atlas, absolutely, who brought a little bit more technical stuff to my game. So it was a perfect matchup for me to display what I learned, you know, in 6 or 7 weeks with Teddy Atlas. And that was moving around, getting on angles. But yeah, I thought it was a solid performance, man. I would say in my career, that's probably my second best performance.
What was it like working with Teddy and really like trusting in someone else after your entire career had been with Joel Diaz?
Yeah, Teddy's intense. He's intense. When the first few days I worked with him, I felt like I didn't know anything about boxing. Nothing. Tactically, I was good. Tactically, that was no problem. I knew when to attack, I knew when to back up, but he taught me about space, distance, ranges, you know, all the things that I felt that I lacked.
When there is a victory for Bradley and a victory for Pacquiao, there has to be a rubber match. The third and final meeting between Tim Bradley and Manny Pacquiao took place April 9th, 2016.
It's the third fight for the legacy. Manny Pacquiao against Timothy Bradley.
So now it's really mano a mano, Bradley and Pacquiao.
Boy, Bradley really looks quick on his feet, doesn't he?
Now Tim's starting to fight very effectively.
Crowd really into it now.
It's starting to get emotional in here.
Yeah. Bradley get hit.
It's a knockdown.
And that changes things in a hurry on the score sheet.
Bradley's digging now.
Yeah, he is.
Those are hard punches.
Really attacking. Really forcing the fight now. Couple of decent punches by Tim. He gets dropped again. Wow. How about that?
Now Bradley is put in the position of, I've got to go for it.
Well, he's got to flat out attack this guy right now. Tim needs desperation now. It's desperation time. This is the last few seconds of Pacquiao's career. If so, he put on a brilliant performance tonight against Tim Bradley.
Manny Pacquiao.
Tim, what was different in the third fight? You went down twice.
That's a tough That's a tough SOB, bro. Hey, that's a tough. Man. I don't know. You know, like, I just felt like literally I was cursed every time I fought this dude.
Really?
Every time. I felt like I was cursed, man. This fight right here, you can call it a knockdown or not. I felt like it wasn't a knockdown because when he hit me with the shot, it was like he grabbed my arm and I was off balance. That's my fault for being off balance, but it wasn't a shot that hurt me at all. Then when I get caught with that shot, now I'm in a hole. And I'm like, man, I can never get one up on this guy. I always felt that way, man. I felt like he always had some sort of grip on me. But he's just a tremendous fighter, man. You know, he's a fantastic fighter. Best fighter I've ever been in the ring with.
What made you decide that this was the fight that was a proper time for you to hang up the gloves?
It was the first time I gave in my entire career. Before, I would have never given up. I closed up shop after that last knockdown. I stopped wanting it. I just felt in my heart it was over. This is it. It's over. You know, Manny's gonna win. I stopped trying to win. And that right there, I knew that, like, it's over. I'm done. You know, that to me, if you stop trying, you can't be a fighter.
When people say the name Timothy Bradley, what do you want them to think?
That's a good question. The one word, heart. I'm good with that, heart. That guy, when he fought, he put everything into it. He was determined. Sometimes it boils down to at the highest level about who wants it more. And I felt that, like, throughout my career, I showed that I wanted it more, man. I wanted it more than you.
Absolutely. That same heart, that same determination, that same desire to be great, you carry on as a broadcaster. And my brother, it's a privilege to call fights with you.
It's awesome, bro.
Mad love, and
hey,
thank you for opening your heart up today, brother.
Thanks, dog.
All the best.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thanks.